this demonstration, we're going to have a look at the mail flow settings that we can configure within Exchange Server 2019. We've come to the Exchange Control Panel, and in the Exchange Control Panel, or as it's now called, the Exchange Admin Center, we'll come to mail flow. And within mail flow, what we have is we have a number of tabs that we can click on to modify how mail flows through our organization. And what we can also do as well is as the mail flows through the organization, we can do things with it. And we do that with rules. So for example, we could create a transport rule that could append a disclaimer to the end of an email for every single user in the organization. We could set up a ethical firewall. So what we could do is we could stop certain users from sending emails to other users as well. And we can do that through the rules tab. If we look at the Delivery Reports tab is quite useful. So rather than having users store everything in their sent items, what we could do is we could empty out the sent items to reduce the amount of email that we store on the system. We could then, in the case of a user wanting to prove they did send an email, we could use the delivery reports in order to actually prove this. So we would specify the mailbox to search messages sent to certain people, and we can also search for messages received from certain people. And we can put in information related to a subject line as well. Our accepted domains is what we receive email to. So when we install the Exchange Server 2019 system, what will happen automatically is the accepted domain will be the domain that we actually have the Exchange Server installed into on an Active Directory basis. We can see it's currently authoritative, so that means that we own this organization, and also as well, we've set this domain up for all of our Exchange users that we've also configured. So if we just come in and just click the edit button, what we can see at this point here, it is the accepted domain is authoritative, so email is delivered only to valid recipients in this organization. All mail from unknown recipients is rejected. We have internal relay, so email is delivered to recipients in this Exchange organization or relayed to email server at another physical or logical location, and then external relay, we're just using our Exchange server purely for actually routing email to another physical or logical location. So this point here, datum.com is our default domain. So all we'll do at this point here is we'll cancel this off. We're not going to modify that. We then have our email address policies. So when our users receive an email, they will receive an email to their mail address that's been configured by the administrator. Now the default policy will create an email address for the user based off their alias at whatever their domain is. We can create an additional email address policy. So we'll just call this one a datum email address policy, and then what we'll do with this policy is we'll click our plus button. Now on our plus button, we're going to do it for a datum.com, but what we're going to do is we're going to create a new policy for firstname.lastname at, in our case, a datum.com, and we'll make this format for the reply address as well. So we'll make this their primary address. So we'll save this off. Now we've done that, we'll save that off again. Click OK. And as we can see at this point here, if we just click on the datum email address policy, we'll just apply that, say yes, and what that will do is that will go for all the user accounts and create an email address of firstname.lastname at, in our case, yet again, a datum.com. We have our receive connectors, so this is what we receive mail to, and we have our send connectors, so how we send mail out. So what we'll do at this point here is, as you can see, we don't have a send connector as yet, so we'll create one for internet mail. I'll just call it internet mail, and then what we'll do with this is we'll just select our next button. We'll do for MX records, but as you can see, we could go through a smart host like Exchange Online Protection, but we'll just go with MX record. We need to specify what this send connector will be used for, so I'm going to use it for all email, so I'll stick my star in here. I'll set it to a cost of 10 purely for my demonstration, because I may have this send connector used up to send email to a partner organization, and I won't want that to go through the internet. So we'll save that off. Select our next button. What we'll do is we'll just add in a source server. So what we'll say is we're going to send this up for London and also as well Berlin. Select OK. Select our finish button. So it's just telling us here we're not in the same Active Directory site. It's a warning, it's not an error. I'll just select OK. And that is the end of this demonstration of having a look at the mail flow settings within Exchange Server 2019. Thank you.